Hello and welcome to English 1102. I am really excited to work with you all this summer. My name is Rebecca Johnston and I will be your instructor. My office is in Building B, so I'm not in there a lot over the summer. In fact, this summer I will be in lots of places, including Abu Dhabi and Cuba, but not limited to those two. I'm looking forward to working with you online, as I'm sure many of you will also be running around in places not on campus. I will be available through email, and I will also be available for appointments either through conferencing or in person on campus at my office if that's needed as well. That won't be required, but it's an option if you would like to meet and work through some of the coursework. So this semester will be entirely online. You won't be required, as I said, to be in person at any time. You can do all of your research on the Santa Fe Library online, or you can go in person and meet with their wonderful and very helpful assistants. There's also at Santa Fe a really great writing lab that you can use in person, but we'll also be having an online tutor, so this can be entirely completed online. As I said in my home page of the course, there's no final for this course, so I'm sure that elicited somewhat of a cheer from many of you. The same for me. There's no final grading for me, so that's good too. No finals to grade. So I want to talk about what you need to get done in week one. I'll be doing little 5-minute discussions every week. Just get my notes open here just to make sure that we're all on the same page every week. So the first thing you're going to see is a Thoreau discussion board. I really enjoy Henry David Thoreau and his good friend Ralph Waldo Emerson. I think taking a few minutes to discuss different philosophical thoughts helps us to get to know each other as a group and to practice our analytical skills. So you'll be starting out with a Thoreau quote this week in the first discussion board. There is a rubric attached to each discussion board. It's the same rubric every time, but if you're curious as to how the discussion board points are earned, you can look through the rubric and see. The second discussion board is, as most weeks have two discussion boards, you will have an introduction discussion board where you will be helping us get to know you a little bit as well as answering a prompt. So you want to make sure that you answer all of the prompts in each of those discussion boards, and you want to make sure that you have your initial post done with 200 words or more by Thursday. That's very important. If you do not have it in on Thursday, that initial post, then you will lose credit. So if you want full credit for discussion boards, then make sure that you get that initial post of 200 words in on Thursday, and then you'll need to respond to two peers by Sunday at midnight. Those are the dates, the day deadlines for every week of this course, so make sure that you keep an eye on that. The next assignment is called the Santa Fe email assignment. And for that assignment, it's just simply going to be you finding your Santa Fe email. For several of you, that's going to be easy. I've even already heard from some of you from that email address. For others, it can be a bit difficult, and that's why I want to make sure that you can find it. So you're going to find your Santa Fe email address, and you're going to email me from it and just mention your favorite author. It's just to make sure that you have access to it. That is where you'll be receiving any feedback from the online tutors this semester. So you won't get the feedback easily if you're not checking your email. You want to make sure you know where that is. So if you're having any issues finding it, then you want to just contact me through another email or call the help desk here at Santa Fe and find your email and make sure that you can email me. So that's a fairly easy assignment. There are several assignments this first week, but many are like this, kind of easier. So the notification assignment is one of those. Notification assignment is just to get you to set the notifications in Canvas. There are going to be days when I make an announcement that could be important and could affect a due date or your grades, and you want to make sure that you're getting those announcements. So by setting your notifications in Canvas, you can make sure that you're getting notified when something pops up or when you get a grade. When you get graded, if you get notified immediately and that grade was not what you were expecting, then you can respond immediately. I have had it happen where students think they submitted something and it doesn't go through. And when they see that 0, it gives them immediate warning through the notification that they need to contact me and find out what happened. So set your notifications so that you get notified when I grade and when I post announcements. So there is actually a step-by-step photo with screenshots so you can see how to do that in the notification assignment directions. The next one is called Blue Dot. This is also a slightly easier assignment. It's got two parts. So basically what you're going to do here is you're going to submit a Word document that just says the name of a movie you saw this year. Any movie, doesn't matter. And I'm going to go back in once you've done that, and I'm going to post a little blue dot with an annotation on your document. It's very important that you can find those, and unfortunately, Canvas did not make it easy for you to find them. Every time that you submit a rough draft or a final draft to me, I'm going to go in, I'm going to attach those same blue dots with notes to show you how to improve your essay. So it's imperative that you can find those blue dots. And like I said, Canvas didn't make it easy. So this blue dot assignment is going to push you to find that blue dot that I'll add with the movie I saw, and then you'll just screenshot to show me you found the blue dot and resubmit the screenshot. So first you submit the document with the name of the movie, second you submit a screenshot showing you found my blue dot, okay? And that'll show me that you know how to find the annotations, so that way you know how to improve your papers when I put those same annotations on there. Otherwise, you'll just be getting grades and you won't know how to make improvements. And that's not what we're here for. We're here so that you can learn to make a better paper, right? I want to see you succeed. I want to see you bring your grades where you want them to be through hard work. And that can be done by seeing what you've done wrong and learning from it. The textbooks. So we have some reading assigned every week. It is very important that you have the pocket reader. It's in your bundle that was listed. So make sure that you have that book. If you can find a used version or an e-version, that's totally fine. I would definitely accept that. The Curious Researcher is a very wonderful tool that you could use to help learn about writing a paper. I won't be necessarily requiring the Curious Researcher. If you have it, that's great. It'll be helpful for you to go through and learn about writing a paper. If you don't have the Curious Researcher, there are several links throughout this course on different assignments that say something like follow this link to learn about writing a thesis, follow this link to learn about editing. Follow those links in place of that Curious Researcher, and that will help you learn how to better write an essay in place of the Curious Researcher. So I'm going to leave that option up to you. Week 1, you have a comparative essay. So this is a 6-week course and you write 3 papers for this course. So every week you're either writing a rough draft or you're editing and finishing that rough draft into a final draft. So the comparative essay is the first one. You'll be looking at a long list of short stories, links to short stories. As you can see, there's Hemingway right there. There's a link to Men Without Women, which is a collection of some short stories that he wrote in the 1920s. There's also a link to a Faulkner. Not as big of a fan of Faulkner, but it's a fairly good short story. There's also a link to an Alice Walker and a Zora Neale Hurston. The Zora Neale Hurston's actually set in North Central Florida, so I think that's kind of an interesting one. Maybe more Central Florida than North Central, but very interesting all the same. So what you're going to do is pick 1 or 2 of those, and you're going to be following the essay instructions to write a comparative. I'm sorry, comparing 2 of them, not 1. 2 or more of them. So you don't need to read all of those short stories. You need to read the ones that seem interesting to you, okay? And those will be the ones that you pick for your comparative essay. So this week, week 1, you will be submitting a rough draft. Now, rough drafts are graded on participation, so that means there's not any need for a panic over having a perfect essay, but the more that you give me, the more I can give you feedback on how to improve it for your final draft. So you want to make sure that you do get that rough draft in. Not turning in a rough draft will hurt your grade as the rough draft section of your grade is worth 10% overall, and that entire section is graded on participation. So if you don't turn anything in, then you have a 0 in that entire section. If you turn it in, then you get points, okay? So, and like I said, it's participation. Same thing with Smart Thinking. If you've never used Smart Thinking, the instructions walk you through it, and I even posted a link to a little video on how to upload your papers to Smart Thinking. It is, as I said in the instructions, a free tutor, so use it. I say it's free, but it's actually included in your tuition, so it's something that you are paying for through your tuition. Make use of it. Use the free tutors. Alternatively, if you would like to go to the writing lab, then you could do that as well if you're on campus. So best of luck moving forward this week. I'm here if you have questions. Many times online we kind of feel like we're all alone. Don't feel that way. We're all here together in this online course. Email me if you have questions. Also, if you go into the Canvas inbox, you can contact any of your peers in this course through the Canvas inbox and without even knowing their names or their contact info. So if you need to do that, reach out to peers, discuss in the discussion board, help each other, and I look forward to hearing from each of you.